book friends, this is Kat. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm all decked out in my Christmas attire. I have my red bow, red lips. My Christmas shirt has a red car, putting the Christmas tree on top of it. And of course my jingle bells. So I am here to do a tag video, and I was actually tagged by Tay, and I'll put her channel down below. But thank you, Tay, for tagging me. I am excited about this because it's all about Christmas carols, and this is the Carol of the Bells book tag. So there are 15 carols here, and I do like Christmas carols. In fact, I know all of these with the exception of one. But I did enjoy putting a list together for you guys of books for each prompt, and I tried to do books that I've actually read, but I think there are about 2 books here that I haven't read, and I'll mention those books when they come up. So it's going to be a little bit fast, this book tag that I'm doing, because I'm literally doing this right before I'm going to a concert, a Christmas concert that I was invited to by 2 of my students. So it was very sweet of them. But I am going to, like I said, go through each song, the prompt, and then what book I picked. So number 1, the song is It Came Upon a Midnight Clear. The prompt is a nighttime scene on the cover. And so this one I chose a Sarah Sundin book, and that is When Twilight Breaks. This is a World War II Christian fiction book, and you follow this woman reporter and the love interest. So there are the stars. So nighttime. The second song is Oh Little Town of Bethlehem. So find a book set in a small town. For that, I am going to recommend Boo by Renee Gutteridge. I've talked about this book before, actually very recent. So all of the stories taking place in Scary, Indiana, which is a small town. Number 3 is Joy to the World, a global setting. This one I decided to put Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, and I can't give a lot away, but it is science fiction, and it does deal with the whole Earth. That's all I'm going to say, but I did enjoy it. Number 4, Silent Night, an element of silence in the story. So this one I'm going to pick my favorite book of all time, and that is Land of Silence by Tessa Afshar. This is a retelling of the woman who bled for 12 years, and during that 12-year period and kind of slightly before and everything, there is an element of silence where she felt like her prayers have not been answered, or basically no one could answer why this is happening. So dealing with that, and highly recommend this. Number 5, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. So the prompt is a married couple main characters. Okay, so for this one, I am choosing Indivisible by Travis Thrasher. This is all about this family whose father or the husband goes to become a chaplain in the military, and as he is coming back, he's dealing with a lot of what he experienced across seas. And so basically it is a story between both points of view of the husband and the wife, and how they're going to save their marriage because of all that he had experienced and how they're dealing with that aftermath. So number 6 says Away in a Manger. So set on a farm or including farm animals. For that one, I am going to pick Fairest of Heart by Karen Whitmire. This is a Christian fiction Snow White retelling set in Texas, and there is the little cottage that is part of the story, and I would count that as a farm of some sort, because it is out here on it's on the plains and the fields, and there are some animals that have been raised there. So that's kind of how I interpreted that prompt as best that I could. Number 7 is I'll Be Home for Christmas, a character trying to get home. This one is the book that I have not read yet, but it's on my to read list, and this is Lion by Saru Bareilles, I believe is how you say it. But it is his memoir of his life. At age 5, he gets separated from his family in India, and it says he ends up in Tasmania, and he's older, and so he is trying to find that family that he did lose. So Google is involved, I guess, because it has the search bar. But yeah, I'm excited to read that at some point next year. 8 is We Three Kings. So featuring a trio of main characters is the prompt. And I picked this one. So it's Dust by Kara Swanson. And this is a retelling of Peter Pan. And you have one point of view that you see, which is Claire, and then the second point of view that you read from, which is Peter. And I looped Hook in this main character deal. That's because I feel like you have to have Hook as a main character in a Peter Pan retelling, so I added him to the group of 2 that was already there. So that was my answer. I didn't really have a good answer with any other books. Okay, number 9, 12 Days of Christmas. So the prompt is 12 letters in the title. This was hard for me to find, but I finally did, and I put The Blameless. I don't remember who this is from, but there's a picture right there, and all I know is that it's about these 3 guys helping the young woman in this book, and I literally don't know anything else about it. It's on my to read list. I heard this off of Katie's channel, and it had 12 letters in the title. So that was my answer for that prompt. Number 10, the song is In the Bleak Midwinter. Never heard of that song before, but the prompt is set in winter time, or snow is on the cover or something like that. So for that one, I'm going to put a book that I was gifted, and this was a book I was gifted last year, and it's A Quilt for Christmas, a Christmas novella by Melody Carlson, and it's Christmas time, and it's a cozy, sweet novella about 3 different people, and they all kind of meet together, and they make this quilt for Christmas, and so you kind of follow those 3 perspectives. So it's cute and sweet. So number 11 says Blue Christmas, and the prompt is an all blue cover. This is what I chose, All That It Takes by Nicole Deese, and I really love this book. This is part of the duology that she has with the Mackenzie Family, I think is the series name. But the first book was the sister, and this is her twin brother, that this book features, and this is his romance in that series. Number 12, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. The prompt is a plot that deals with bullying. So this one I chose The Maid of Ballymaccool, and this is a Cinderella retelling. It's Christian fiction, and the main character does get bullied by the headmistress of the school that she works under, and the woman was just so evil to her and vile. So that's what I picked for that. Number 13, Hark the Herald Angels Sing. So the prompt is Portrayal of the Spiritual World. This is the book that I chose for that, and that is The Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis. This is written by like a demon, and he is giving advice to his, I think it's his nephew, but he's writing advice to Wormwood. That's the name. Yeah, that's the name. But he's giving him advice on how to torture this new Christian, and you're kind of reading from that perspective. So it really opens your eyes to like the spiritual world. But it was an interesting read, and I would recommend reading this and discussing it with someone, because I think that's how you can get most from it. But that is what I picked for that. Number 14 says, It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. So the prompt is a story that manipulates time in some way. This one I chose Wistress, and I loved this book. One of the characters in there does manipulate time. So that's the talent that the character has. So if you haven't read it, I would recommend it. And number 15 is the song Carol of the Bells, and the prompt is a plot where music is a key element. And this one is also one of my favorite books, and I think it's so fitting for this time of year, and that is the story of the Von Trapp family singers. I love this book. The whole thing just really talks about music in such a beautiful way, and I would really recommend it, especially around Christmas time. I found I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it was one of my favorite reads from last year. So that is the Carol of the Bells book tag, and I don't think there's a question where it says to tag someone, but if you would like to do this book tag, you are tagged by me. This was fun. Thank you, Tay, again. And I just can't wait to see any more of those videos that are out there. So I will see you guys in another video. Bye.